Welcome to my channel, detailing events throughout the decades. 2019 MV Conception. It was the evening of September 2, 2019. The 75-foot dive boat MV Conception was staying overnight at Platts Harbor, on the north side of the Santa Cruz Island, California. The MV Conception was one of 3 dive boats owned by Truth Aquatics. However, at the time of September 2, the boat was under charter to Worldwide Diving Adventures. Passengers and crew were enjoying a 3-day scuba diving excursion, taking place over the Labor Day weekend. The MV Conception had 3 decks. An upper sun deck, the main deck and the lower deck, where passengers would sleep. On September 2, there were 33 passengers and 1 crew member sleeping in the lower deck. 5 other crew members were sleeping on the top deck. It wasn't long after 3 a.m. that morning, when a fire broke out on board. The 5 crew members who were sleeping on the top deck managed to make a mayday call after discovering the fire, before they jumped overboard to safety. However, the fire would quickly spread, and the 5 crew members on the upper decks were unable to reach those sleeping below deck. The latter was already engulfed in flames. One of the crew member who jumped down to the main deck, broke his leg in the process. The crew retrieved the Conception's skiff, and made their way to a nearby boat, where another distress call was made. Flames and smoke prevented anyone from getting near to those who were trapped inside the Conception. Federal and international regulations required boats over a certain size to be made of fire-resistant materials, and to be equipped with smoke detectors and sprinklers. However, due to the age and size of the MV Conception, it was not covered by these regulations, but were in compliance with the regulations for a vessel of its size and age. While waiting for help to arrive, small explosions could be heard on the Conception, which was thought to be from the pressurized dive cylinders exploding due to the heat of the fire. The Coast Guard quickly made its way to the MV Conception. They struggled with the fire as the vessel was in a remote location, with limited firefighting resources. The anchor line had already been burned through, and the Conception began to drift towards the island and into shallow waters. This meant that the fire boats were unable to get close to the fire, and the MV Conception had to be towed into deeper water in order for the fire to be tackled. The fire was extinguished by 5:23 that morning, and the Conception was towed back to shallow water, in order to recover anyone on board. Sadly, however, the Conception sank, coming to rest upside down just 20 yards from the shore. It was clear that no body had survived the intense fire, and the search for anyone alive was suspended. 25 bodies were located, while 9 others remained missing. 4 bodies in the water were recovered, with another 16 being pulled from the water later on. Only the 5 crew members who got to safety survived the tragedy. 5 bodies were visible within the Conception, but were not reachable at the time, due to safety concerns. The wreckage needed to be stabilized first, before any bodies could be recovered. Local divers and the FBI helped search for the last body, which was not discovered until September 11. DNA had to be collected from surviving family members in order to help the coroner identify the bodies of those deceased. It was believed that most of those on board had died of smoke inhalation. The National Transportation Safety Board launched its investigation into the cause of the fire on September 3. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms were also brought into aid with the investigation. The wreck was examined by government officials. The AFT examination concluded on September 27, with no immediate cause of the fire determined at the time. Further examinations needed to be carried out. The NTSB is expected to conclude its investigation and declare a cause in around 12 to 18 months' time. One surviving crew member claimed that he thought the fire had broken out in the galley, where it was not uncommon for cell phones and other electrical devices to be left charging overnight. There is much speculation about this. Some believe that the fire could have started as a result of one of these electrical devices, especially those with lithium-ion batteries. Others speculate it could have been the sheer number of devices being charged at one time, having an impact on the electrical system. However, until the investigations are completed, the cause of this fire remains unknown. After the tragedy, Truth Aquatics suspended operations on their remaining 2 vessels. We hope that investigations find the cause of this tragedy, so measures can be put into place to prevent anything like this happening again. Our hearts go out to those on board who died that night, and to all of their friends and families for their loss. May you never be forgotten. We would like to think that this was just a one-off terrible tragedy, but unfortunately, these types of tragedies still happen. For all those who are watching, stay safe. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, to view other events from history.